Einstein probably should have won about 7 or 8 Nobel Prizes, so we'll go through the big ideas that he contributed. Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany, to Jewish parents. His dad and uncle owned a company that manufactured direct current equipment for the electrical grid. However, when everyone quickly realized that alternating current was the way to go when it came to the grid, the business failed. They moved to Italy or something like that. From a young age, Einstein was very interested in physics, pretty interested in math too. I think he taught himself calculus at like 15. He didn't always have the highest marks in school, but he was supremely curious, and he never took an answer to be correct if he was unsatisfied with. And that leads us to one of Einstein's great discoveries. So in the year 1905, Einstein publishes 4 papers. This is also called the miracle year. One of the papers is called On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies. This paper describes special relativity. There's a lot of people who will say Einstein did all these thought experiments and thought of trains moving past each other and traveling alongside a light beam and things like this. I don't know how actually true that is. I know that in the paper on the electrodynamics of moving bodies, it seems like his main motivation that led to him discovering special relativity had to do more with Maxwellian electrodynamics than anything else. So Einstein learned in his physics courses that if you take a magnet and move it through a conducting wire, a current is produced in the wire. So you move a magnet through a looped wire and it produces a current. The changing magnetic field produces a current. And Einstein said, well, it doesn't seem to change whether or not I move the coil around the magnet or I move the magnet through the coil. The current is the same. As long as the relative motion of the two bodies are the same, then the effect is the same. And this wasn't exactly clearly worked out in Maxwellian electrodynamics. As good as the theory was, it was said at least that the one thing gave rise to the other and not really the reverse. And Einstein said this can't be, so he started exploring Maxwellian electrodynamics and came up with the theory of special relativity. He also publishes a paper on Brownian motion, and through describing the random movement of particles suspended in a liquid, Einstein proves in this paper that atoms actually exist. Atoms and molecules are actually real. They're actually little things moving around in there, vibrating, and these random vibrations cause this motion, this phenomenon called Brownian motion, where particles seem to move about in random ways when they're suspended in liquids. It's because those molecules are bumping into each other. One of the papers is also the famous E equals mc squared paper, mass energy equivalence, where Einstein lays out the fact that mass and energy are equivalent and they're connected through the speed of light squared. And the last paper from 1905 is on the photoelectric effect. The photoelectric effect is probably Einstein's most underwhelming discovery, in my opinion. He essentially proves that when you shine light onto a metal, that kicks off some electrons and you get a proportional current. He shows not only that, but that you need a certain amount of initial energy in those incident photons to get the current going. It's what Einstein describes as the work function. So the paper's published in 1905. Einstein wins the Nobel Prize in 1921 for the photoelectric effect. He remained a monumental figure in physics until his death in 1955.